Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 2nd, 2020. So, the big news today is that Larry King was hospitalized with coronavirus a couple of weeks ago, but they decided to wait till today to report it. And it seems like, he's probably in critical condition because of the way that they decided to report his news. They're saying that, he's very ill. They're bringing up his past medical history, and it seems like he might kick the bucket this year. But let me show you guys what they reported. So, according to CNN, it says that legendary talk show host and former CNN interviewer Larry King has COVID-19, according to a source close to the family. King, 87, has been hospitalized at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles for more than a week, the source said. Due to protocols at the hospital, King's three sons have been unable to visit him, according to the source. King, who has type 2 diabetes, has confronted a series of medical issues over the years, including several heart attacks and quadruple bypass surgery in 1987. In 2017, King revealed he had been diagnosed with lung cancer and successfully underwent surgery to treat it. He also underwent a procedure in 2019 to address angina. His own medical issues inspired him to start the Larry King Cardiac Foundation, a nonprofit aimed at helping those without health insurance afford medical care. So it looks like, this is the thing. Most of the people that they claim died from coronavirus, they always say that they died. These people had other illnesses, right? So if they do come out and say that, in a couple of days from now, that Larry King has died from coronavirus, just notice the proof right here. No one is dying from coronavirus. All these people are either being murdered at the hospital or they're dying from other illnesses. And I'm not saying that none of this stuff is true that they're reporting because, again, like I've always said, I don't believe any of the things these people put out in these reports. I think all this stuff is just numerical ritual. Does Larry King ever had type 2 diabetes? I don't know. Are we ever gonna be able to confirm that? No. Has he ever had a heart attack? I don't know. Does he have coronavirus? I don't know. Is he even at the hospital? I don't know, But I'm just going by what they're saying. And again, every time they report this stuff, it's always perfect. It always lines up numerically with the date, with the person's name. It's always the same thing. So it's kind of hard for me to believe any of this stuff, But, again, I don't want to get into that debate because a lot of people say that, these people are dying. They are really being ritualistically killed and so on, right? And I'm not here to debate that. I just feel like a lot of these stories, they just seem bogus to me. They just seem very bogus. But if these people are dying, remember, he lost three kids. 3 of his children passed away supposedly last year, 2020. It was either 3 or 2, not sure. But one of them was definitely Andy King, who supposedly died from a heart attack. He died on July 28th, 115 days before Larry King's birthday, and killing is 115. And Larry King also equals 115 in gematria. And then 22 days after his death, Larry King's daughter, a woman named Shia King, she died on August 19th. And I'm not sure what her cause of death was, but, this is the thing, right? A lot of people say that in order for you to be part of this cabal, you have to ritualistically murder people in your members of your family. So it's possible, but I'm doubtful, I've covered a lot of stories in the past, and it just has me confused. I don't know exactly what's going on, but what is going on is all this stuff is being synced up numerically with the code of gematria. That's what's definitely going on. Either if it's fake or not, It's being done by a very systematic system. So his daughter died on August 19th, and his son died on the 28th of July, 22 days apart. And notice the gematria of king. It sums to 22. And at the time, Larry King, the father of the two victims, he was 86 years old. He's 87 now, but at the time of their death, he was 86. And notice King is also 67 in gematria. When you write out blood sacrifice in gematria, it sums to 67 and 86. So Mr. King, whose name sums to 67, was 86 when his two children died just 22 days apart from each other. Right? So that's what happened to his children. Now today, they're saying that he's in the hospital, and then somebody's always at the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, right? So many rituals at this hospital. I mean, what's going on at this hospital? Why is it always the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center? Like Pop Smoke died there, Biggie Smalls died there. So many people, so many celebrities just happen to go to the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. But so he has coronavirus, and what's the number that we've been talking about all year with coronavirus? Well, 56. And notice Larry King is 56. Like Society of Jesus, like Anthony Fauci, like Washington D.C., like coronavirus. Like Kevin Kapoor, like COVID Kapoor, the designer who made suits with masks in 2019, way before the pandemic, way before the outbreak. The guy was already designing a suit with a mask. Man, that guy has a vision. And the guy name is COVID. So yeah, Larry King, 56, and now he has coronavirus. And notice his name. He was born Lawrence Harvey Seeger. It sums to 113, just like coronavirus pandemic. And of course, that was the day that the pandemic was declared, on March 11th. That's also the number of deception. Well, the reason why I think they code this number all the time is because all this stuff is probably a deception. It's probably all a lie. But again, I don't want to get into that. That's a debate that's never ending. And that's also mainstream. Mainstream is 113, dishonesty, fiction. And that's what I think. I think all these stories are all fiction. But he's been in the hospital for over a week, like it said in the reporting. But they decided to release it today. And today is the day with 44 numerology. Of course, kill and execution equals 44. And it's been 44 days since Larry King's last birthday. And that's not a very good number to have in connection to. Any connection to. You don't want to be connected to the number 44 for anything. Especially a ritual like this one. So we might see Larry King kick the bucket this year. And if you further read more of the reporting, notice what it says up top. It says King hosted CNN's Larry King Live for 25 years. 25. Death equals 25. And it's like this, right? So how many people survive coronavirus? The percentage is very high. So why are they reporting his illness like he died already? They're bringing up his accomplishments, his past medical history. I mean, why? Okay, he has coronavirus. Okay. Big deal, right? Almost 80% of the people survive it. So what's the big deal? Look, go to CDC's website. According to CDC, over 80% of the people that contract coronavirus, they survive. Over 80%. This is on CDC's website. And we can actually go here now because I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, you're just pulling stats from a hat. So let's see. Coronavirus death rate. Okay. So almost 1 million cases, says here. Only 37 of them pass away. Not too good with percentages, but that's a very low percentage, if you ask me. So let's see. So, oh my God. I mean, just look at that, right? So this is, I guess this is worldwide. So almost 85 million cases of coronavirus worldwide. Out of those 85 million, not even 2 million have passed away. That's a very low percentage. I think more people die from other illnesses, from accidents and murder. I'm pretty sure that's a we can compare that. That could be a debate. But I wish I can find the exact number. What is the death rate of the coronavirus? Let's see. Okay, so let's see. So 85 years are over. So I guess 96,000. Oh, that's included. Hmm. So look, so this stat is even lower because if we put it by category, it's even. I think the percentage is even lower because Larry King is 87, so he's in the category of 85 and older, right? There's been 872,000 cases of people 85 years or older who have contracted coronavirus, and out of that 872,000, only 96,000 have passed away. So that's about less than 10%, I guess. Yeah, because 100,000 would be, man, I'm really bad at this, but it's probably less than 10%. So, okay, so the point I'm trying to make is if the odds of him surviving is 90%, because if his death rate is 10%, then he has a 90% chance of making it. And why report it like he's passed away? Why bring up all his accomplishments? Why bring up his past history? It's because, I mean, I know why they're doing it. It's because sooner or later, his death is going to be synced up with this news story. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, a lot of you believe all this stuff that is being reported. Those of you who choose to believe the mainstream, why you don't ask these questions? He has coronavirus, right? Okay. Have you ever seen Larry King in the headlines for any of these other illnesses that he had? Like his 2 heart attacks, his diabetes. I mean, I've never heard of him being in the headlines for any of those illnesses. Because he has diabetes. Have you ever seen a headline that says, Larry King has diabetes? Have you ever seen him say, anybody report, Larry King diagnosed with lung cancer? I mean, I think that's way more scarier. The guy has lung cancer? I mean, or, Larry King survived several heart attacks. I mean, there's probably reports on that, but I mean, are we gonna report every illness that these people have? I mean, really? The guy has diabetes. We're gonna report it every time. Every celebrity that has diabetes, we're just gonna make a headline for it. People survive illnesses. People survive, especially when the death rate is only 10%. The chances of him surviving coronavirus, let's say if it was real, the chances of him surviving it is much greater than him surviving diabetes or lung cancer or heart attacks. That's just my opinion. And then for the guy's name to sum to 56 and for you guys to see that and be like, man, he talks about that number every day. 56. Here he is again talking about 56. Am I making this up? Am I making up that Larry King's name sums to 56? No. His name sums to 56. Just like all the other news stories that we've had this year, like the designer, Kevin Kapoor. The guy made a suit with a mask in 2019. And if you watch that show, the I guess the judges was asking him, like, they was asking the person who was wearing it, who, actually the person that was wearing the suit, it was a young lady, I forgot her name, but her name also sounds like 56 as well. But they asked her, "Are you able to breathe in there with that mask on?" Just mockery. Just goes to show you that this stuff was planned way in advance, way before Larry King, way before his kids even died, way before that. But yeah. So his name summoned to 113, and the history of that number just makes me feel like all this stuff is just an illusion, a deception. Think about it. The pandemic was declared on that day, 113. And what is the pandemic? It's a fictional story, a myth. It's dishonesty. It's not true. What is coronavirus? Not true. 113. It's fiction. 113. The people who reported should be arrested for perjury. How do you spell perjury? Like this? Perjury is 113. All the things that have to do with lying, deception, they all equal 113. Look at Baba Kamal 113. The Jewish text where it talks about lying to people is their beliefs. It's okay to lie to people who are not Jewish. So I think we can end it there. Let's see if they report his death on Monday, because today is 44 days after his birthday. Monday will be 46 days after his birthday, and of course, Sacrifice is 46. And he hosted the show Larry King Live, which sums to 73. Another sacrifice value. So I won't be surprised if on Monday we get the news that Larry King has died at the age of 87. So I'll end it there, and I'll definitely come back and discuss some other athletes that died. I guess they died today or yesterday, but they died in connection to the number 44. So I want to cover their deaths before I end it. So I'll be back within minutes. Thanks, everybody.